Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Innovation Fitness with Harvey. So in this video I'm going to do an update and share about my recent hospital appointment as part of the research study I'm taking part in. Then I'll talk about a couple of interviews I've done recently as part of my condition, LHON, and hopefully raise more awareness of my very rare genetic eye condition. Then I'll share my experience of playing in my first blind baseball tournament, which is a sport I've started playing this year. And I'll also hopefully show the importance of keeping positive to hopefully inspire and motivate others. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel as all support is very much appreciated. So I'll begin and share about my recent hospital appointment as part of the research study. So the study that I'm taking part in is because of my very rare genetic eye condition called LHON, or Leber Hereditary Optic Neuropathy. And LHON causes rapid vision loss, and I have the 3460 mutation. And with the condition being so rare, research is extremely important. So the study I'm taking part in involves no treatments at all. It's just purely collecting information and data. So hopefully the team can gain a greater understanding of the condition and how it may change or progress over time, as each time I go for my visit for the study, I have the same tests and scans done each time. So hopefully when the data is analysed, hopefully the team can see if there has been any changes. So the study, it's a 4-year study, and my recent appointment was my third visit for the study. So just one more to go next year. So I'm going to start off with a positive this year for the study. So something I've noticed myself before I went to the study, but it was a positive feeling to have it confirmed in the hospital setting. So LHON can vary from person to person, the severity of the condition. So unfortunately for me, it's affected me quite severely with my vision loss. And this year there was a slight improvement in terms of light perception, as this time last year, when a torch was shined towards my eyes in the hospital, I was not able to tell when the light was there or when it was gone. But before my appointment, I started noticing some light changes, such as on the television. So if the light became brighter, I started to notice a change in the light. So this year, when I went for my appointment, when the doctor shined the light towards my eyes, I was able to tell instantly when the light was there and when it was gone. And as I say, not something I was able to do last time. So hopefully with the study, when the data is collected, hopefully the team can find out more information of maybe why that change has happened, and as I say, to gain a greater understanding. So the study also involves a questionnaire that I do each time, and the the question there is about how the condition and vision loss has impacted my life on a day-to-day basis, and also the impact on my mental well-being. So tasks that I once took for granted, such as handling money, crossing a road, just getting an outfit together, so trying to match clothes, preparing a meal, of how difficult they have now become through my sight loss, and how much I now have to rely on others, and also the impact the condition has had on my mental well-being. But for me personally, I try and keep positive, so I try and focus on what I can still do and try and keep myself occupied and active. And a big reason of why I've set up this channel to hopefully inspire and motivate others, as there are still so many things that I can still do and still do enjoy. So the study also has a lot of tests and scans done, so taking pictures of the back of the eyes and also giving blood each time. And as I say, each time I go for the appointment, the same tests and scans are done at each visit, and hopefully when it's analysed, any changes can hopefully be found and maybe find out why it's happened. So as I say, one more appointment to go next year as part of the study. So I really hope that the study will come good and research will come good in the end, and there'll be some positive outcomes from the research. So that's my update on my research study of what I'm taking part in. So I'll now talk about a couple of interviews I've done recently. So an interview that I've done was for a very big sight loss charity, and it's Fight for Sight. And this interview has been done into a blog, so it can be found on the internet by simply typing in Harvey LHON Fight for Sight. And please feel free to give the blog a read, and it shares my story of my diagnosis, my first initial symptoms, and how I have adjusted to life with vision loss and LHON. So hopefully raising more awareness of the condition, as awareness is extremely important. I have also done another interview recently for another organisation, and this was talking about the challenges of LHON and the challenge of the diagnosis journey, as with the condition being so rare, the diagnosis can take much longer than it should. So a big point that was raised in this interview was the education of the condition, as not many people have heard of LHON before. So as I say, raising awareness is very important, and I hope my channel helps with raising awareness. So another challenge that I raised in the interview was the financial impact of LHON, as difficult it is already dealing with the condition and the diagnosis. it was difficult to accept having to pay for my own medication, as I was advised to take idebenone, and at the time this was not available on the NHS in England. So I had to pay for the idebenone at great expense from America, and I took idebenone for 3 years. But I stopped taking idebenone in around March, April time this year, as this was left up to me if I decided to continue taking the idebenone. But I have the 3460 mutation, and I have read mixed information about idebenone, so I decided to stop taking it. And with the slight improvement in the light perception at my recent appointment as part of the research study, I felt I noticed this after I came off the idebenone. Now, I'm not saying in any way that this is connected, but I feel sharing as much information as possible will hopefully gain a greater understanding of the condition and hopefully help with research. So that's a couple of interviews I've done recently, and please feel free to share my story or any of my videos with somebody that may benefit from my story or may inspire or motivate someone. So please feel free to share. So to finish off this video, I'm going to talk about something that I have achieved this year, and it's playing blind baseball. So when I was first diagnosed with the condition, playing a sport was the last thing on my mind. And blind baseball was something I've never heard of before I started playing it. And it's really great fun, as at first I thought I'm going to struggle playing it with the level of vision that I've got. But I realised that all the players wear blackout eye shades, which is something that I like as part of the sport, as it's equal for all of the players, so nobody's at a disadvantage. And there are so many parts to the game, such as batting, then running, then in the fielding side, listening out, listening for sounds, part of the game, then also throwing. So there's so many parts to the game, and I played a sports when I was growing up, so played football quite a lot, and not played a team sport for quite a while, so it feels great to be back out there playing a team sport again. So I've done around 10-15 training sessions this year, but recently played in my first tournament playing blind baseball, and the tournament went really well. It was a great atmosphere, and it was all about having a great time. So it's great in the sport that there can be a competitive side to it, but it's still, the main aim out of it is to have fun and enjoy the sport. So I done well. I managed to hit the ball and got the ball in play twice, and then started running around the bases and just got short of second base twice, so just about 3 or 4 steps short. So it's quite exciting running with a blackout eye shades, so just running to sounds, and I'm sure over time I'll build confidence and be running a lot faster around the races. But it's a real good thrill doing the running and mixing with others in a similar situation to myself, and as I say, all about just enjoying it and having a good time. And also in the fielding, I managed to find the ball, as the ball has bells inside. So I managed to find the ball when the batter from another team hit the ball into the field, and I found the ball and threw it to the catcher and managed to get the batter out when running to the base. And just doing that, I felt a great sense of achievement and felt really like proud of myself that I was out there and doing something and pushing myself. So this video, just a bit of an update of where I'm up to with my eye condition. So a couple of positives in this video. So as I say, please feel free to share with anyone that may be interested. So please remember to like, share and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you in the upcoming videos.